Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new coach, and his name is Alex Golesh. Me and Tony about to get into it. C&T Talking Tigers. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? C&T Talking Tigers. Talking our football is what we do. Of course, I'm Courtney. There's my co-host right there, Toney. And listen, we appreciate y'all coming on. Special Sunday edition. We normally don't do this, but with breaking news, we had to change up the format just a little bit this week. Coming to you on a Sunday. Shout out to Sports E Media, our partners. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your brand. So, without further ado, get out all the pageantry and stuff. Alex Golesh has been hired as the new head coach of the Auburn football team. Alex Golesh was originally the head coach for the South Florida Bulls. Currently, they have a 9-3 record. He has been there 3 seasons. Past 2, he had 7-6 records. Came into South Florida. Just giving a little back history about him, and I'm gonna let Tony kind of go a little bit deeper into it. South Florida was, I guess the best way to put it, was a dumpster fire. Only, I think, winning, maybe 4 to 8 games before he arrived, and he turned that program around quickly. This was definitely a surprise. Not many people had Alex Golesh as the guy, but Alex Golesh is the guy moving forward for Auburn. All right, Tony. First reaction before we go into anything else. Let's just get reaction. What was your first reaction to this?
My first reaction was like, "Oh man, no DJ Durkin."
I knew he was gonna say
Oh man, no DJ Durkin, man. Because we'll get more into the Iron Bowl on Wednesday. But today is about Alex Golesh. And so at first, after seeing how the boys fought last night and how they felt about DJ Durkin, and listening to Kildred talk about how Auburn finally felt like college football once DJ Durkin took over. It was the best time he's had at Auburn. So before I go too deep into Golesh, I want to thank DJ Durkin for putting life back into the program, making those guys feel like they were, finally a part of college football, making it fun, making the love for the game be there. So that was my first thing. First thing was like, dang, no DJ Durkin. But then I sat back, I analyzed it, I thought about it, and I said, damn, we might have just hit a home run. I said, yeah, I went to thinking, I went to looking. I said, damn, we could have possibly hired a legend in the making.
True.
This should be, could be, will be one of the best hires in Auburn football history. I feel strongly about that claim that I'm making here today on November 30th, the day after the Iron Bowl. I really think we might have struck gold.
Wow.
Like, I know it's not the flashiest name on the list. It wasn't the biggest name on the list. It wasn't the most consistent name on the list.
Yeah.
Very rarely did that name come up. There was an Auburn legend I saw might have seen it on Instagram or something. He was on some show, Keo Spikes. Everybody loved good old Takeo. Everybody loves old 55. Him and Ricky Neal side by side used to be banging heads, boy. 50 and 55. Used to love them. And they was giving out names. They had them on what they was called like the hot seat. They were throwing out names. And when they threw out the name Alex Golesh, he paused. He stared, he looked, and he said, cheers. He was that's a sneaky good hire. He thought he liked the name of Alex Golesh. And that was a couple of weeks ago. Football minded Auburn fans probably are on board with this hire, should really be excited about this hire. Casual Auburn fans, people that just love Auburn, just go for Auburn, not really big, that deep into football, probably not going to be too thrilled off the bat because they don't know who Alex is. You know what I mean? He's 41 years old, from Russia. Only been a head coach once. But I will say this again. Before I dive deep into everything, and we'll get your thoughts too here once I finish rambling. But before I dive deep into everything, I'm excited.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. At first, I was like, man, here we go again. I was like, we about to go back down this same path of really not getting our guy. But when I really kind of maybe sat down a little bit, looked at Alex Golesh record and what he's done at South Florida, really evaluated some of the things that he's done, and also looked at, as we say, the dog in him. I saw the incident where he got pissed at I think it's Tom Herman, because he gave him payback and he didn't want to shake his hand because he remembered, and he was like, "Nah, we ain't doing that." So he got like a dog mentality in him that's kind of been missing since Hugh Freeze. We saw it with Durkin, but with Alex Golesh coming to the Plains, I think we can see that we can experience that again, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better than when I first got the first reaction. Of course, we know who my guy was, but hey, it fell through. Most reports, whoever you ask, it says they had already paid, or they were trying to set up his staff. He didn't like that. Some reports are saying that he was listening to others about how Auburn has been, and he wasn't feeling that. So, I mean, you got most reports out there talking about Summerall. I kind of knew we weren't going to go in the direction of Durkin after last night with Auburn losing to Bama. But I didn't know who it was going to be, because Golesh was kind of that name that we heard, but also he wasn't a name that was at the forefront. So like any Auburn coach that comes in, and Tony, we talked about this on last Wednesday. We're gonna support. That's the number one thing. We're gonna support whatever coach comes in. But I'm really kind of starting to think that this might be a really good hire. And I think John Cohen, he had a plan. I think if anything that we took away from this whole process compared to the last process with Hugh Freeze, is John Cohen had a plan all along. Okay, is this coach doesn't work out, then I need to pivot and go to the next coach, to my next guy. And let's get a plan in place. Let's make something happen. And he got Alex Golesh. And from all accounts, Alex Golesh might be just what Auburn needs, but he might be where college football is going as far as scheming, as far as offensive play calling, just overall of what college football is looking like compared to Hugh Freeze, who was kind of maybe stuck in the past in a lot of things. So this might, as you said, this might be one of the best head coaching hires we ever seen in the history of Auburn football.
Well, we already know Hugh. We saw by the last 3 games of the season, Hugh's time had passed as a play caller because we saw what Derek Nix ignited with that offense. So that wasn't no. Yeah, that was really obvious. Um, you talk about the edge. That boy from Russia.
Yeah.
That boy come from that Cold War. He ready. He about his business, man. 41 years old. Shout out to my. I want to say shout out to my twins watching their first episode of C&T Talking Tigers.
Hey,
Tony
shout
and
out to the
Caleb.
twins.
They usually sleep. They usually sleep by 7:30, 7:45 on Wednesday night, getting ready for school. But we popped out a little early, and my son was really excited to see his daddy on YouTube. So
Oh,
shout out to Tony Milford the second watching his daddy on. He was like, "Daddy, you can be on YouTube. I'm gonna watch it in the living room. Watch it in the living room, son." So yeah, shout out to my son kicking his first episode. Big Six. He's a big
that's
War
awesome,
Eagle fan,
man.
as he said. He's a big Auburn fan. Big starting to turn into a big football fan altogether. He loves it,
That's
man. So shout
awesome.
out to my boy. But yeah, man, Alex Golesh, man. I'll say this. The media might have told us Summerall was the guy for Auburn. We don't necessarily know if Golesh wasn't the guy all along.
True. Yeah, you right.
We necessarily don't know if Foden had it set up because Golish's name was just a name in pass. We talked about James Franklin. We talked about Lane Kiffin. We talked about Durkin. We talked about Summerall.
Clark
We
Lee.
we talked we talked about Clark Lee. Clark Lee got locked up at Vanderbilt for an extended period of time, which he should be. That's where you should be. You should be at Vanderbilt. That's your home. You should stay there. Um, Good throw, Bo Nix. Looking at a former Auburn quarterback, Bo Nix, on TV right now. We talked about Summerall. I was never sold on Summerall. Was not a Summerall guy. Summerall's going to go down to Florida, and we're going
That's
to be able to see
that's gonna be very interesting.
if Summerall can be what Courtney thought Summerall could be. I had another buddy, my barber, Kelsey, Reverend Kelsey Shepherd, first place barbering.
He's on here tonight too. Shout out to
Okay,
him.
shout out to the Real. Real was he liked Clark Lee. He liked Summerall. He was pushing me on both of them, and I kept telling him I ain't like Clark Lee. I kept telling him I wasn't for Summerall. But when he found out we got Alex Golesh today, boy, he said, boy, and he's a Bama fan, big Bama fan, big time Bama fan, no doubt about it. He was head over heels with the hire that we got. He said, I'm a Bama fan, but I ain't no fool. Y'all got y'all a football coach today. And that's what we did. Golesh came over here, graduated from Ohio State, spent time as a student assistant at Ohio State. He really cut his teeth as a D-line coach in high school, as a high school D-line coach. He worked at Oklahoma State and Northern Illinois as a GA on the defensive side of the ball. His first 4 year in the big time D1 was at Toledo. He was at Toledo for, I think, about 3 years. He was a running back coach, tight end coach, and recruiting coordinator. And back-to-back years as a recruiting coordinator, he manifested the #1 recruiting class in the MAC for 2 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
I talked about recruiting for Summerall. And I didn't know if he could do it. This man at Toledo, where he was #1 recruiting classes 2 years in a row. Boom, he goes to Illinois, where he worked. He worked with Tim Beckman at Toledo. Tim Beckman took him to Illinois with him. He was at Illinois for, I think, about 4 seasons. He was a tight end coach, running back coach, special teams coordinator, recruiting coordinator. Did a good job at Illinois. That manifested itself into Matt Campbell, who he worked with at Toledo, calling him to Iowa State. We all know under Matt Campbell, Iowa State has been a pretty good program. At his time at Iowa State, he was the tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator. The year before he got to Iowa State, The tight ends caught a combined 5 passes as a whole group.
Wow.
They caught 5 passes. Before he left, he had an all Big 12 tight end 3 years in a row. 1 year, he had the first team and second team all conference tight end in the Big 12. When he turned Iowa State into the 11th best offense in the nation, second in the Big 12. Iowa State was cooking with gas. Charlie Kohler, who's in the NFL now. Chase Allen, who's in the NFL now, set records for tight ends, most yards, most touchdowns, all that for tight ends in Iowa State history. So, number 1 recruiting class at Toledo. Running backs and tight ends at Illinois. Tight end recruit coordinator at Iowa State. I talked about their recruit. He's recruit coordinator at every stop. So now we get to Central Florida. 2020, despite COVID, he was the offensive coordinator and once again, tight ends coach. Under our guy, Alex Golesh, first year at Central Florida, second in the nation in offense, 4th in the nation in passing yards per game, 7th in the nation in passing yards, 8th in the nation in scoring. Dylan Gabriel, who we all know, transferred his success under Golesh at Central Florida and followed up Bo at Auburn. Under Alex, he was 3,500 yards, 32 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So Heupel, who was at Central Florida, goes to Tennessee. Who does he bring with him? Our man Alex Golesh. Alex goes to Tennessee. If I'm not mistaken, Tennessee went from 108 in scoring the year before Alex was the offensive coordinator. They went from 108 to 7th. Man jumped 101 spots in one season. His first season at Tennessee, they broke 8 single-season records. Most points, most first downs, most rushing first down, fewest interceptions, best pass efficiency in school history, and went from 108th to 7th in scoring. In 2022, they had the best offense in school history ever. Hooker, Hendon the Hyde. Jalen Hyde won the Biletnikoff. Hendon Hooker looked like a Heisman Trophy finalist and was, if I'm not mistaken, a 2nd or 3rd round pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah, he got hurt near the end of the season.
Got hurt at the end of the season, and when I think he still went the 2nd round, he had tore his knee up.
Yeah.
Tennessee averaged 46 points per game. Number 1 offense in the nation.
I remember them destroying Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama defense.
They Rocky Top rocked.
Yeah. They destroyed their defense that
up
day.
there. Yeah. Man, come on, man. Everywhere he go, he improves the recruiting and the offense immediately. It don't take him a couple of years. He changed his life immediately. Toledo, Iowa State, Toledo to Illinois. He jumps up. It's like he moves up. He moves up the ladder everywhere. He goes to Toledo, he moves up to Illinois. He moves from Illinois, goes to Iowa State. Iowa State was a little better than Illinois at the time. Right now, Illinois is a little better because of Brett Bielema. But at that time, Matt Campbell and Iowa State was a better program than Illinois. He leaves Iowa State, goes to Central Florida, changes life there. Then he takes another step up, goes to Tennessee, comes to the SEC. Now, look where he's been. He's been in Toledo, Ohio. He was at Ohio State, Northern Illinois, Toledo, that Midwest, Illinois, Iowa State. He's in the Midwest. Cut his teeth there. He know what he can. He's got familiarity there. Then he comes down to Central Florida. He comes to SEC country in Tennessee and makes his name and leaves his footprint on the Tennessee Vols with that beer and shoot offense. Then he takes over a program in South Florida, gets his own gig. They were 1-11 before he got there.
Ooh.
Had won, I think, 4 games in the 2 or 3 years before he got there. First year, 76. They beat Syracuse 45-0 in the bowl game. Booyah, winning season, bowl win. Next year comes back, 76 again. Had a shootout in the Hawaii Bowl with San Jose State. First coach in South Florida history to go to bowl games and win bowl games in back-to-back seasons. He was 5th in yards per game last year, 4th in scoring, 42 points per game, 497 yards. So now he comes back, 3rd year. What are you going to do? Now he goes 9-3 at South Florida. They beat, at the time, a ranked Boise State team.
Mm-hmm.
They went into the swamp and beat a ranked Florida team, which Florida State couldn't do. We just went to the swamp and got mollywopped by an unranked Florida team who ain't even got a damn coach. We need to be looking for Florida State need to be looking for a coach, but they can't afford one right now, so they had to bring him back. They cut our food stamps off down there or something. We couldn't. They cut the food stamps off in Tallahassee. They ain't getting no food stamps, no child support or nothing down there. We need a GoFundMe get to find a coach.
Oh,
but that's neither here nor there. Most important position on the field, quarterback. Saw what he did with Hendon Hooker. Saw the success he's had with tight end. Byron Brown, 3,158 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. I mentioned that earlier. Remember at Tennessee, he set the record for fewest interceptions in a season ever. Hendon Hooker didn't turn the ball over at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Neither the Alex Golesh offenses don't turn the ball over. Tennessee also set a record for the highest efficiency offense in single season, most efficient offense in single season history at Tennessee his first year there, and then followed it up with the best season of offense it has ever had in Tennessee history.
Yeah.
But not back to Byron Brown. Not only did he have over 3,000 yards passing, which was the second 3,000-yard passer in South Florida history. The first was Dylan Gabriel. Well, only the second. The first, Byron Brown had the second 3,000-yard passing season at South Florida. The first one was Golesh's first year. He also had 1,000 yards rushing with 14 touchdowns. Why is that impressive? Because we have 2 quarterbacks on the roster that can go for 3,000 yards and 1,000 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 capable quarterbacks of making that happen. Ashton Daniels, who put on a well of performance yesterday, and Deuce Knight, who had all the potential and all the talent in the world oozing and dripping off of it. To put those 2 in the offense of Alex Golesh with Cam Coleman, with Eric Singleton, with Malcolm Simmons, with Bryce Kane, with Sam Turner, with Perry Thompson, Hollis Davidson. Man, tough-minded coach. The man come from Russia. Ain't nothing nice and sweet about Russia.
Mm-mm.
He ain't never met a nice, cool Galishnikov.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Boris Bukov, Nikolai Volkov.
For all you wrestling fans
you know
out
what I'm
there.
saying? The Russian
Rusev.
Koloff.
Rusev.
Ivan Koloff.
Yeah.
You ain't never met a nice Russian in your life.
Right. Mm-mm.
What's Trump homeboy name?
Vladimir Putin.
Putin, you ain't never met a nice Russian in your life. They mean, they angry, they upset because it's cold as hell over there. Everybody pale, ain't nobody got a tan, everybody look like milk. Everybody look like frozen chicken in the everybody over there in Russia pale look like frozen chicken in the pack. He tough. Tough-minded. He cut his teeth on defense. Then look at the position coach that he was. He was a running backs coach. He was a tight end coach.
Tough
Physical, point of
guys.
attack,
Yeah. Tough guys.
position.
Yeah.
Then he can recruit. Then he goes from just a running back tight end coach. He opened that beer and shoot offense up with them wide receivers are all split out there by the numbers in the sideline. He spreads out and run that thing right at you and to get his quarterback involved. Man, look, sometimes the Lord give you what you're looking for one thing, but the Lord gonna give you what you need.
What you need. Yep, sure will.
You want to make the Lord laugh, you tell him what you got planned. We were looking at DJ Durgan and Summerall talking about James Franklin and Lane Kiffin, and the whole time what we needed was right down there in town.
Yeah.
We just secured, like I said, we could have just hired a legend in the making. The boy is 41 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe 42.
He 41.
He's a little older than Courtney. He's a little younger than me. In 10 years, he can be 50 in his 50s
still
be one of the youngest head coaches in the game. Because Dabo in his 50s right now.
Yeah.
And look at Dabo. Dabo got pretty life left. Nick Saban
Lane Kiffin,
retired.
I think, just turned 50.
That's what I'm saying. Lane just hit his 50s.
Yeah.
Now think about this. In 20 years, he'll be in 20 years, you know. I saw a man go there in Tuscaloosa and win 6 in damn near 20 years.
Yeah.
So I know what a 20-year run can look like. Not saying he's about to be Nick Saban, because that was just a perfect matchup. You know, a legendary coach with a legendary program. When no NIL involved, they was paying under the table. They were giving out charges and challenges when nobody else really would. They was paying when nobody really wanted to play like that. Now it's all above board. They talking about LSU giving Lane $25 million a year to run up to get a roster together. That's okay, because on the victory ain't lacking for no funds.
No.
We ain't lacking for no funds.
Oh no.
You better ask them boys on the plane. Them NIL deals be looking sweet.
Cam Coleman just got a Nike NIL deal.
Him and Eric Singleton signed with both signed with Nike. But Cam out there all on the website.
Yeah.
Deuce just signed some NIL deal with a couple of RV companies.
Yeah.
You gonna get paid on the plane. Don't even worry about that. We ain't tripping on that. Now Lane gonna be down there tricking off with them $25 million a year. I understand that. But what you gonna do with it? This man right here has grinded from the boy, like Drake said. Started from the bottom.
Now we here.
Don't get much more bottom than coming from Russia and having been a high school D-line coach, and then a student assistant, a grad assistant, a running back coach. Then you get promoted to tight end and recruiting coordinator. Then you're doing the tight end and running backs and special teams. This man has had his hand involved on every aspect of the game. Especially, he's been a special teams coordinator. He's been a running back coach. He's been a tight end coach. He coached on the defensive side of the ball. He's been an OC. He's been a head coach. 23-15 in 3 years. 2-0 in bowl games. I don't think he's gonna coach the bowl game. That's over with. I think I can say he could go 3-0, but if rather he coached the bowl game or come on here, first of all, he already paying dividend. We just got a quarterback from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I heard that the recruit that was there today was very high on him. The quarterback recruit.
Boy, he talked to Alex, whispered in his ear, speaking a little Russian. He might pull that pistol on and play a little.
Not speaking the Russian in his ear.
Speak a little that Russian with him. He might say, we got the Russian mafia, Russian mob behind us, man.
Oh my God.
Trump ain't the only one got Russian mob ties now. We with the mob, baby. Hey, we with the Russian mob, baby. That boy whispered in that quarterback ear. Hey, that boy was excited. We already picked up a sign. He's already paying dividends. He only been on the job. He didn't been on the job 24 hours. He already paying dividends. So everybody. Hey, we got Deuce Ashton Daniels, now we got this young boy in the wings. It's already setting up for success. And ain't nothing. And this, I know I said it every week. I was worried about keeping the team intact, keeping the roster retention. I know we got the money for it, but now we got the coach. The boys on offense, they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
The boys on offense ain't going nowhere. Because they saw what Tennessee was doing a couple of years ago. They seen what South Florida looked like down there. They know what he finna bring to the table because he gonna tell them. If you don't want to buy into what this young man is selling, you need to be at Auburn no way.
Yeah.
If you can't buy into what's going on now, gotta see who he brings in at DC because we got some supreme talent over there on the defense side of the ball that I like to keep intact and maximize that talent over there. So hey, DJ Dirk, I know you ain't gonna hear this, you ain't gonna see this, you probably don't even know we exist. But it wouldn't be bad to come on back and finish what you've been building for the last couple of years.
I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that in just a second.
Because they tried to say some guys didn't want to stay here because it was suggested that DJ need to be retained. Summerall might have been a little intimidated by old Dirk. You know what I'm saying? But
I heard that too. I heard that too, Tony.
Might have been intimidated by old Dirk. Because, Dirk got the ear of the team. He got the pulse of the locker room. And them boys were going to defer to Dirk instead of Summerall. That's how I feel like. I think I told Shep that they would go to Durkin before they went to Summerall because that's that guy. That's who brought him here. That's who they've been dancing with. And that's who's going to be running the defense again. That's why I knew I didn't think Summerall was going to work just simply, expecting him and Durkin together just simply because both of them defensive-minded coaches, different systems. It's not like Durkin is a 65, 70-year-old defensive coordinator. He's in his upper 40s. He ain't 50 yet either. Summerall in his mid-40s. Durkin ain't going to be one to answer into a younger defensive guy when he feel like he might know best and might know better. But with Golesh, Golesh is strictly an offense. He's the head coach. Durkin did show defense. I think that can work. I would be ecstatic. I would be over the moon if we kept DJ Durkin. But there's nothing that everything that I've said from beginning to end. There's nothing bad I can say about this hire, man. This was a great football hire. This shows me that John Cohen has did his work. He did his homework. He crossed his T's and dotted his I's. And it wasn't no hesitation. When the game was over with, he went and got his guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I like Hugh Freeze. I like the idea of Hugh Freeze. I remember off of memory what Hugh Freeze done at Ole Miss. There was an expectation, but this right here, this is solid.
Yeah.
This is based. This is years of effective data. These are years of effective stats. This ain't just, well, he beat Alabama a couple of times when he was there, or he beat Alabama when he was here. This ain't got nothing to do with it. This ain't one of those hires. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This is it's not really outside the box. It's more what the box should look like in the beginning. You hire a man based off his football credentials.
Right.
And what he can do schematically. Man, the offense at Auburn is going. What we saw the last 3 games is only going to be the tip of the iceberg of what Auburn's offense is going to look like. And we get the right DC to go with Golesh. Man, we could go on a run. We can be what we aspire to be as Auburn football program. We can be up there with the Georgias, the Ohio States, Texas and LSU's, the Notre Dames, the Alabama. We're going to be right in that mix. We should have been a playoff contender this year. We will be in the playoffs next season. November 30th, 2025. Tony Milton said right here on C&T Talking
Bold
Tigers.
prediction already.
Already. Playoffs next season. Already. We got to go to Tuscaloosa. We got to go to Athens.
We also got to play LSU,
Got to play
Florida,
LSU. Probably got to play
Ole
Florida.
Miss,
Got to
Mississippi
play all
State.
that. I don't care. I don't
Woo!
care because
You
I already
speaking
know I
bold
got the Willies.
tonight?
I already know I got the Willies in the Jones. I got the Willies in the Jones.
Yeah, we
I
do
just
got
need
that
the
though.
X's and the O's to match. And now I ain't got to worry about the X's and the O's.
My
He ain't
God.
starting from. He ain't starting with a program that was 1-11 before he got there. He ain't got to build a baby. This a strong strapping young man. He done took over. He would have got his hands on that. He ain't got to. He really got to build a project. This ain't this was a work. This was already. We was already there. We just needed a heartbeat. And and Durkin gave us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We saw what it should look like and what it could look like.
Yeah.
Now we finna see what it will look like because we got him locked in. This ain't an
Mm,
interim thing. He's here. He ain't going nowhere. Because really, if you look at it, we just hired a young coach, 41 years old. He can grow with Auburn for for the duration of his career. Where do you leave Auburn to go? You
yeah.
get it right at Auburn. You don't have to leave Auburn to go anywhere.
That's true.
This ain't Ole Miss.
Yeah.
This ain't Ole Miss where you build up to leave Ole Miss. You leave an Ole Miss to go to LSU.
Yeah.
You don't leave Auburn to go to LSU. That's moving sideways. You don't leave Auburn to go to Florida. That's moving sideways. This ain't Missouri. This ain't a step. This ain't a stepping stone. You don't leave Auburn to go to everywhere you can say, "Well, I'll go." There's like what's better than what? I mean, the Ohio State job. Maybe one day he would leave for the Ohio State job because he went to Ohio State. But I
Yeah.
feel like, once he said it, Ryan Day gonna be there for a long time. That thing
Unless
not covered.
until he go to the pros
You know
and
what I'm saying?
eventually.
That thing
Yeah.
not covered. And then by that
Yeah.
time, they might get that job to Heartline or something. Somebody that's already in the
Yeah.
pipe.
Yeah.
Alex Golesh can make his name and set it in college football stone at Auburn. And I think that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. All right, let's talk about before we get out of here. Well, before we get to comments and then get out, let's talk about a staff. You mentioned DJ Durkin. I have heard that his name has been floated in the mix, but another name that also has been floated to return is one Cody Burns, Tony, who was here with Gus and what's the wide receiver coach. He's also have been following Alex Golesh to Tennessee, and then he also followed him to South Florida. And then it's reported that he will be possibly following him back to Auburn. So just thinking of the staff, the defense, I kind of think Durkin would be the obvious choice for him to bring in defensively. But offensively, is there anybody he can retain on the offense that's currently on staff before bringing in his staff?
Man, I'm going to say, I mean, I like what Golesh does. So I'm going to trust his judgment. If he wants to keep some guys, let's keep them. If he wants to bring in some guys, let's bring them in. Cody Burns, if Cody was wide receiver coach at Tennessee, did a pretty good job. I know they had a walk-on become the best receiver at South Florida. If Cody had a hand in that as the wide receiver coach, that's a great job. And Marcus Davis is our wide receiver coach. I really like him. I like him
Yeah.
as a recruiter and a coach. So if we maintain him, I'm good with that. Um, Derek Nix proved that he could do good things. But he might want to go call plays for somebody. Don't know if Alex is the actual play caller at
He
South
is.
Florida. Yeah,
He's
well,
a play
he's
caller.
probably gonna continue to do that. That's his bread and butter, which I don't mind. He's good at it. He knows his offense better than anybody else. So I like Nix. I like Marcus Davis, our receiver coach. Outside of that, I mean, everybody else can go, can stay. I wouldn't be indifferent because I like I like the direction of where we're going. I like the direction of where we could be headed. I like I trust, like I said, I trust Golesh's judgment, his instincts, his coaching staff. So if he brings on some of his own guys, which every coach does, if he retains some of our guys, I'm cool with that too. Two guys I like to see stay would be Nix and Davis, but Cody Burns, wouldn't mind seeing Cody Burns back on the plains. So I'm
Absolutely.
good with that. Wouldn't mind seeing Durkin calling those plays again on defensive side of the ball. I'd be great with that. So it's an exciting time. I mean, I hate we're not going to be in a bowl game, but I'm excited to see us get to work and see what we can pull through as far as recruiting on that early signing
Signing
day.
day.
So we'll probably touch on that a little more Wednesday after we talk about the Iron Bowl on the Wednesday's episode. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Before we get in the comments, you mentioned the quarterback he has at South Florida. I found this out on the way here. He still has 1 year eligibility enough. So there is a possibility that he could come with him too. And we could have three options, really great options at quarterback and a true competition. So I'm really excited about that instead of just giving it to somebody.
That boy better stay where he at.
You think you need to stay where you at?
Might want to stay where he at because you ain't finna come. Byron Brown ain't finna beat out Ashton Daniels, and he damn sure ain't finna beat out Duke Knight. You got 1 year left. You better spend it where you can play. Now it would be helpful for us to someone to come in, knows the system. But Alex is coming in so early enough. He's gonna be there in December. He's gonna be there in January. He's gonna be there for the spring. He's gonna be there for the summer. So our guys have plenty of time to initiate, ingratiate themselves into the offense and learn what's going on. So I'm not looking at this. I mean, he can come if he wants to. It'll be, because he's familiar with the coach and the offense and all that good stuff. But if he wants to play that last year, he better stick where he is or go transfer somewhere that don't have the likes of Ashton Daniels and Deuce Knight on the roster already. Because Deuce Knight ain't sitting no bench for Byron Brown.
Deuce Knight, man. Deuce Knight is the future. And Deuce Knight in this offense that Alan Skolnick got.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Man, I was just thinking of all the possibilities. even with Ashton Daniels, but more with Deuce Knight.
Ashton Daniels put on a show, man.
Ashton Daniels put on the show last night. He started off very rocky, but boy, he came through.
Man, but yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to get too much into it because we're gonna talk about it Wednesday. But we got two guys on the roster that I don't see them sitting the bench for Byron Brown. Byron Brown ain't that good.
Yeah. All right. Listen, we got almost 50 people that are watching tonight. So listen, we thank y'all for taking out the time, y'all Sunday. We know it's been a busy Thanksgiving holiday for many of you all. Iron Bowl was on Saturday, and we appreciate y'all for taking out the time to just hang with us and talk with us about this new coaching hire. And yeah, we're going to just go ahead and get into the comments. We got a lot of them. Kelsey Shepard, yo guy, he said that's a good hire. It's a solid hire.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Reginald Pinkard, 450 says, dude, it's a winner. I love the attitude, takes no BS. Yes, sir. Kelsey said they saying he gonna retain DJ. It's very well he could retain DJ, and I wouldn't be against that.
Be a smart man if he did.
Yeah, very smart man. Exactly, Reginald. That's why I was telling Toney earlier, he's the most no tolerance OC I've ever seen. His attitude is like a defensive guy.
Yep.
All right. Got a heavy resume.
Yes, sir.
He says, you could have left out that other part. You You cheer for that team
Yeah.
up north, Kelsey. You couldn't
He
know
just
about
let
the
you
other
know
part.
he ain't biased.
Yeah, but we appreciate you though. We really do appreciate you though, man. That joke a solid bull. Hey, that's what's up. Yes, he is a dog.
Yeah.
Mike McKinney 59 says he better keep DJ is all I got to say. LOL.
Go DJ. That's my DJ.
You know that's
We gotta
Tony
keep
guy.
DJ, man. That's my
That's
guy.
Tony.
What's up, Big Mike?
Yeah, it's somebody said he keeping DJ.
He would be smart, man. That'd be a dangerous combination. DJ Durkin and Alex Golesh, boy. When you got defense to back up that high-powered offense, boy, that's big.
Yeah. Hope we keep DJ. No idea about offensive coordinator.
The coach is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I don't think he gonna keep Derek Nix. I think Derek Nix gonna be somewhere
Yeah,
else next year.
Nick needs to get somewhere because he ain't gonna be calling no plays here.
Yeah. That dude about business.
He definitely is, man. He don't play.
I like this hire, man. Good offensive minded coach. Something we needed.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely, Cam.
Do y'all remember when Tennessee was dominant about 3 years ago? It was y'all coach. Yeah, we remember that.
He had him whooping and hollering, but he was whipping that thing up there in Tennessee.
Ooh. I mean, they was throwing it everywhere. Allen Brook, 9618 says, with the type of offense he can throw at you, he won't put up with a bad O-line. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially, man, with him being a running back, tight end coach, he knows how important the offensive line is. So I'm definitely knowing the offensive line play is going to be markedly better.
Right. Got last from Kelsey. Do Auburn throw to the tight end this year? I didn't see a tight end. Yeah, they threw to him, but Preston Howard and Brandon Frazier won it. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. They didn't.
Yeah, Holly Davis is gonna be the tight end probably next year. I think Holly Davis is gonna take over that tight end role, and the tight end will be more prominent role in a prominent position in this offense than it has been in previous offenses.
Yeah. All right. Allen Brook 9618 says, looking at a lot of comments today, Tennessee fans and even Bama fans are saying good hire, except haters, I guess. Yeah, that's what we're seeing.
I saw Tennessee Vol. I saw Tennessee Vol saying, yeah, they kept the wrong guy. They wish they would have kept Golesh and got rid of hype. They were really big. They were saying they were really big on Alex, and I've seen a lot of people. Like I said, a lot of the Auburn fans that know good ball, that really know football, are really on board with this hire. A lot of the Auburn people, a lot of the Auburn players, former players, are big on this hire. This is exactly what we need. No nonsense, high octane offense, and we keep DC, we keep Durkin, and like I said, man, playoffs should be in our future. We were a couple of plays here and there away this year from having a playoff roster. I mean, we have a playoff roster from having a playoff team and having playoff results. And I think next year is time, because, like I said, I felt like this year we should have done that, and next year we should have been trying to improve on that. Well, next year is the year. The future is now at Auburn.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm just being straight up. He's solid to me. He gave us all we wanted at South Florida. Yeah, I forgot South Florida played Alabama 2 years straight, and he gave them problems. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he gave Saban and DeBoer.
He played them Nick's first year, Nick's
last year. And then DeBoer's first year.
No, this past year. It was this past year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nick's last year, and then this past year they played South Florida. Was it this year they played South Florida?
No, it was last year, because remember, he gave them problems both years. He gave them a lot of problems. I remember that. Allen Brooks says, what I like too is a no nonsense type coach we need. Exactly. Absolutely. Told y'all that dude tough, man. He does that, and Tennessee ain't been right since.
Yeah, they haven't been the same. No, they haven't been the same. It's gonna be a player driven. It's gonna be a player driven team. The players are gonna drive that thing because he's got the system, and they should succeed and thrive in that system. Oh man,
It's about to
it's
be.
up from here.
It's about to be
It's up
fun.
from here.
Dang, Courtney, man. LOL. Really? Yeah, I had. Yeah, I had to throw you. I had to mention Alabama losing Tennessee. Thank you for being honest. That's what Allen Brooks told Kelsey. 100.
Yeah.
Let me go down to. Mike McKinney said he wants the smoke.
Oh
Yes.
he with this smell. He want all the smoke,
Yeah,
man.
he want the smoke. Hey, Kennard Vernon Stewart. Kennard in here. He
Kennard, there
said,
go
"War
my
down Eagle."
man. There
Yes,
go my
sir.
boy. What's up, Kennard, my brother in arms?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I never saw him smile for. You talking about the Russian people?
Yeah,
Or the
he
Russian
talking about
citizens.
he talking about Golesh. He ain't never seen him smile.
Yeah, Russell Crush. Yeah, wrestling fans know that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He has a great scheme. That's what Kennard said. We need a good running back in this cycle. I think
Kennard, we got 2-3 running back. We got Jeremiah Cobb and Alvin Henderson already, baby.
Yeah. Yeah,
But we
I
can use
think we're
one in
gonna
the
be
recruiting
good.
cycle. Yeah, if you mean that in the recruiting cycle, we might can get pick one up. It don't never hurt to pick up another one. But
Yeah.
we got Alvin Henderson in the weights, and Jeremiah Cobb had a hell of a season this year.
Yeah. He said that's a serious roster at Auburn.
Absolutely.
And then he said you can only play 11. Yeah, you only play 11, but the
At a
11.
time.
Yeah,
At a
at a
time.
time. At a
At a
time.
time.
Yeah.
At a time.
Yeah. I don't know. Mike McKinney said foul zone. I don't know what that means, but okay.
That's that quarterback.
Oh, yeah, that's
that
right.
quarterback.
That's right. With the pencil, right. Hey, I see you quoted with the A5A, man. Yeah, it's our founder suite this week. Shout out to the bros, the good bros. Russians don't play. They got Denzel.
The Russians coming, baby.
Yeah, hey, them Russians do not play. You not lying about that. They cold blooded. LOL. My man is in here.
The Huggy Bill, what's happening, buddy?
What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, what's happening, man? Kennard says he thinks DJ stays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DJ got Auburn man written all over him, man.
Absolutely. The Huggy Beard
That's
said,
right.
"Hey,
Y'all hit that like button.
Y'all heard him.
Like and subscribe, baby.
Like and subscribe, please. 100. Hey, War Down Martin. What's up,
Yes,
man?
sir.
Yes, sir. This is Mike MC. That's my man right there.
Yeah, man, hey, man, it's a new era. It's a new day on the plains, man.
Yes, sir. Gregory McCart said 2078 says revamp Hugh Freeze offense. I hope it's a better 10 times, 100 times better Hugh Freeze.
We saw with the revamp Hugh Freeze offense look like the last 3 games.
Yeah, I hope it ain't. I really don't want to see nothing of Hugh Freeze, no remnants of Hugh Freeze. Exactly, Hugh Freeze was an idea that went bad. Went bad quickly. 100. Kelsey said perfectly said, Toney. Gregory McCart 2078 says Simmons will go wild with this offensive scheme. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, the wide receivers finna go crazy, boy.
Yeah.
The wide receivers about to go crazy.
Yeah. And then what we saw from Malcolm Simmons last night, it's his time, man.
It's on, man.
Yeah. Got to get another O-line coach. I do agree with that. O-line definitely wasn't
that's definitely
good this year.
That's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah. Kennard said the same thing. We definitely need an O-line coach. Gregory said, watch the money. Davis is key for Coleman. Yeah, I've heard that too. But they also throwing a lot of money at Cam Coleman. So in this
Remember,
game.
I said I like Davis, man. I like to we keep somebody. I like to keep Davis.
Yeah,
He got a great relationship with those receivers.
it's just gonna be interesting because it's Cody Burns. Cody Burns is the wide receiver coach. It's his wide receiver coach. So I don't know how they're gonna play that.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see about
Yeah.
that.
What up, Timothy J. Craig? Are they keeping the D-line coach? This from Mark Henson, 6107. We are not sure.
I would think if DJ Durkin is kept as DC, he would probably get to pick and choose who he wants to stay on his staff as
Yeah.
defensive coordinator. So it's a good possibility that we do keep the D-line coach.
Yeah. Kelsey said Daniels y'all starting looks nice. I don't know because Deuce showed out against Mercer, so I'm not sure. But I wouldn't mind. Daniels is good. I
Deuce
wouldn't
had a
mind
good
seeing
game,
him.
but Daniels put up a good show against Vandy and Alabama. I gotta give it to him.
Yeah,
Gotta
so
give it to him.
it's gonna definitely be
It's gonna be interesting in the spring to see who comes out to start.
it's gonna
But I
definitely
know
be a
everybody's gonna get a
quarterback
fair
competition.
shake because we brand new coach. Everybody gonna get a fair shake. So the best man gonna win the job.
Absolutely. Deuce isn't sitting another year. I would say yes and no to that, depending on if it's Ashton Daniels. I'm kind of with Tony. Is he brings in the quarterback from South Florida? I don't see him sitting. But this is Ashton Daniels. Is a possibility he might sit out another year and just wait his turn. But this is anybody else. Yeah, I definitely don't see him staying around. Okay, let's get into it. Ashton just needs a little more experience. He'll be just fine. He got a lot of experience. I just think he needed more playing time at Auburn.
Yeah, he should have been inserted a lot sooner.
Yeah. He probably should have been our day one quarterback. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you.
Everything happened for a reason. Hugh Freeze jacked it up so we can get to the Golesh. If Hugh Freeze hadn't jacked it up, we'd still be where we were. So it worked out.
It worked out for the best. Big Daddy C, man, he says first time watching the show. Good show, man. Welcome.
Man, appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the fam. Look forward to you popping back in Wednesday, baby. Wednesday night, 7:30. We'll be here talking about the Iron Bowl. Make sure you come back with us.
Yeah. Andrew DeMond. Yeah. Is he going to get an OC?
He's
Yes.
the OC, Andrew. This is offense. He calls the plays. So I think he is the OC. He might have a quarterback coach and things of that nature. He might have a OC by name, but I think he calls the plays. And if you've seen from Tennessee to South Florida, Central Florida, I don't have no problem with him calling plays at all.
Right. He's a Big Daddy C man says get rid of the O-line coach. Yeah, we definitely gonna see another O-line coach.
That's par for the course right there. We got to get a new O-line coach.
Yeah. Kennard says excellent show. Was watching on Facebook, but came on over here, so he's watching on YouTube. Man, appreciate you, Kennard. Appreciate you, man. He attacks all positions on the field. Yeah,
all portions of the field, absolutely.
All portions. I'm sorry, yeah, all portions.
Kennard be big by that over the middle. Kennard said you gotta work it over the middle.
Yeah. Yes, sir. This shout out to you, Tony. Timothy J. Craig Jr. What's going on? Oh, he's saying what's going on, Kennard Vernon Sue. I'm sorry, I read it wrong. And then he says, I'm excited about this coach. All right. Let's see. As long as he brings back discipline and killing instincts, he's good in my book. Yes, I definitely want to see.
He's gonna Russell. He's gonna have them killers outside the locker room. Have them at practice where you drop a ball and get shot in the leg.
Definitely on board. Kennard says 46 points in all losses, including 2 OTs. Wardam Martin says Florida hates Summerall. Yeah, they giving him hell. They giving him hell. They giving Scott Strickland hell right now since they hired Summerall. My man Mike says, rationally, bruh, I'm hoping he's not just thinking about beating Bama. Bama. That's part of AU's problem. There's way more important goals than just beating them. Crimson bastards. You heard?
Well,
Yes.
man, I think that's more of a fan thing, bro.
That's a fan thing.
That's a fan thing. Just talking about Alabama, that man right there got bigger fish to fry. He ain't from Hartselle. He ain't from Elmo County. He ain't from around here. So his mind ain't never been on out. He from Russia by way and came through Ohio and Illinois and Iowa State. He ain't thinking about out. He thinking about beating everybody on the schedule, not just the last game on the schedule.
Absolutely. Big Daddy C Man said he got up with all power in his hand. Yes, he did. He said, Alan Bruce has been a good show. War Eagle. Yes, sir. It's been a great show. This has been a great show tonight.
That's thanks to you guys.
Yes, we appreciate y'all. Lil Huggy, my oldest son, 9, says, "What's up? What's up, man? What's up, Lil Huggy? What's up?
What's up, Lil Huggy?"
Ron Robinson, 2847, just might and subscribe. That's what we talking about.
Appreciate your run, my
yes.
God. Looking forward to seeing you back on Wednesday, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yo, Tony, how you feeling about FSU keeping Norvell? The roster is less than pleased.
Now, you must have missed it earlier when I said we just can't afford to fire him right now. They took away our food stamps, our child support. We are struggling in Tallahassee. The only reason why he's back is because we can't afford it right now. But please believe, anything short of a national championship next season is his last season in Tallahassee.
They could have fired him as sweet and Gus.
No.
He shot that down quick.
We can afford to fire him at all. If we could afford to fire him, we would have been gone.
Yeah,
we gotta get our money up.
Yeah. Big Daddy C Man says Ryan Williams will transfer to Auburn and John can't go like the bruh.
Well, because I don't even know, was he even in the game?
He had one, bruh. Tony, he had one play. He came in for one play the entire game, and they had the camera on him. He came in for one play the entire game. I was blown away by that. One play.
Come on down here to death row. Come on down here to death row, baby.
Alan Brooks says, subscribe, man. Appreciate you, man.
100, baby.
Ron Robinson says, let's just win. I agree.
That's the plan, man. We ain't won more than 6. We ain't won 6 games since Austin. We haven't won more than 6 since Gus. One of Gus's last few seasons.
We done had 5 straight years of losing seasons. Oh God,
this ain't it, man.
That ain't it, man. That's even tough.
They would have lost to Alabama 6 years in a row.
6 years in a row. That's tough to say. Ooh.
We can't beat, man. Goddamn.
Said Nolan Bailey. War Eagle, baby. War Eagle. William McCarthy, man. Courtney, miss you, bro. Hey, what's up, man? Miss you too. Good to see you in here tonight, bro. He said, do y'all think Golesh would potentially bring back Cadillac to the coaching staff? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
That for you. We ain't gonna get into that tonight. That's the same thing I said. Can't afford to fire him.
Can't afford to fire him. You got to look at him.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to be in. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's over now, though. Let me see. We got a few more. Bama boys stand back and stand by. LOL, our guys staying at Bama. I ain't saying the other part. Y'all doing good. Stay on y'all.
Nah, man, we got to bring Ryan Williams on down here, man. That way he should have been in the first place.
He was supposed to come until he frees this. Didn't rush Jalen Milroe. God. Because he would be an Auburn Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Williams played a lot yesterday. He was covered a chunk by our DBs like a
Yeah,
they had one target. Good job.
Smothered and chunk like a goddamn Waffle House, boy.
I was saying
Like
I
them
ain't see
hash
Ryan.
browns.
I ain't even hear Ryan Williams, but one time I was like, bro, what is going on? Ryan
Yeah,
Williams
man, come
was
on down here to the plane, man. We'll paint your fingernail down here somewhere.
Ryan Williams on a whole video game, and Justin kind of had a whole slump this year. By the way, old Huggy, alias
His alias is
Rooster Mac.
Rooster Mac.
Yeah, that's why I be dropping the Rooster to
the Rooster.
The Rooster. That's what we got. Yeah, we're gonna start calling. Yeah, we just gonna call you the Rooster. Where y'all think we finish in recruiting right
Better than
now?
where we at now.
Yeah, I think we right at 30 something right now, so we should.
Yeah, hopefully we can get squeeze out a top 20 class.
Yeah, hopefully we can get in maybe 15. If we can get to 15, that'll be, I think, a win for us. I hear the Russian is hell. Yeah, he's a hell of a recruiter. Yeah, we all heard that.
Yeah, man, that's why I didn't want Summerall punk ass.
Tell us how you really feel about it. Hey, we got a pipeline to Russia. LOL.
You know what I'm talking about? Shit.
Oh man, it's kind of funny. The same stuff that comes to Tennessee is not a part of Auburn. Pull them from the darkness. Hey,
that's right.
Hey, Tennessee was in the dark for a long time. They were looking just like Auburn until Josh Heupel and Alex Golesh got there. That's a fact. That is a fact. Listen, man, we appreciate you. I appreciate you all so much for coming on tonight. We have had a lot of people come in, and I've starred over 100 comments tonight. So we appreciate y'all. Listen, as Rooster Mac said, make sure y'all like and subscribe. We're doing very well. We want to do better, and we want to continue to grow. As I mentioned, me and Toney next year, especially now we got a new coach, new era. C&T about to take off, and we about to do so much more content, so much more about to happen. But we really do need y'all support. So tell your family, tell your friends to like, subscribe, so you can be connected to what we are doing. We can get y'all this Auburn content, because that's what we want to do. We want to be your go-to Auburn podcast on YouTube. So please, please, please like and subscribe.
The People's Podcast, man. Just two regular guys who love Auburn, man.
The People's
Podcast. We give it to you from the regular guy's perspective, man. We ain't no media. We ain't got no media credentials.
Not yet.
Not yet. They coming. We ain't no former coaches at Auburn. We didn't play at Auburn. Just two regular guys who love Auburn to give you the regular guy's perspective of how we see things. And
yeah,
like my man Big Daddy C-Man said, like, share, subscribe, baby.
Yeah, C&T shooting for the start. You right. Headed for the top.
Yeah,
you heard me?
That's right. Rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo, my boy.
Oh, man. But listen, y'all, hey, we appreciate y'all for hopping on with us on tonight. To talk about our new head coach, Alex Golesh. We'll see y'all later on this week. We're gonna talk about the Iron Bowl. That's gonna be the main discussion that we get on in our weekly show. But look, man, we appreciate y'all again. Hope y'all have a great, fantastic week. And as always, Toney, it's in your hands, sir. It's in your hands.
And man, it was a Sunday night, an unexpected pop-up episode. We appreciate y'all checking in with us, being here with us, because you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you were here with us, getting ready for the work week, your last day of the weekend. We can't thank you guys enough. Once, as always, thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And we can't end the show without a big whoa.
Eagle. Hey. All right, we'll see y'all
Wednesday.
All right.